Hello TMG, Ben Kawa here, and we're on the fourth element of the TMG wellness program, and that fourth element is rest. Okay, the element of rest we're going to talk about this month. I must sound like a broken record when I talk about how important these elements are, but when data shows that 30 to 40% of Canadians are suffering from some type of sleep disorder, that's one of the three of us, folks, and we got to pay more attention to getting great rest, great sleep. We're talking about the external layer right now of the element of rest, and again, a big component of that is sleep. Poor sleep affects body, mind, moods, you name it, the list goes on. Now, what I will do, and I'm really looking forward to the end of month Zoom call on this, because I'm sure there's a wealth of knowledge that we can share on that call. But what I will do right now is just comb through, and you can comb through a list of areas, a list of things you could try for better sleep techniques. But let me just go through quickly some of the tips and techniques that I found quite interesting. And I'm going to save the last two as my personal favorites, and I'm going to be on a soapbox a little bit on those two. So lowering the temperature of your room, it's a big plus. Some conscious breathing before you attempt sleep, or if you're having trouble sleeping. Following a proper schedule helps with sleep. Experiencing daylight and night in your day, like really getting out and experiencing daylight and night, and it helps with the levels of your body. Yoga, meditation, mindfulness, all for the purpose of reducing stress, which, an excessive stress may cause us to stay awake at nights. So again, yoga, meditation, or some sort of mindfulness program. Experiment with naps. There's a couple of trains of thought on that, but experiment with naps. Some say that short naps may help in your being alert during the day, but it may affect sleep. So I would say experiment with naps. What and when you eat. Now, a low carb, higher fat diet is more recommended lately with studies, but again, certainly not eating right before you go to bed helps, because your body is working to digest that food. Music, and some people say restful. I'll say restful music and or joyful music, the music you remember from your past that was perhaps of some great memories. Conjuring up positive thoughts may help you get to sleep. Exercising during the day has proven to be good for helping sleep, and the earlier the better on that. Exercising right before sleep is not recommended. Turning off all electronics, we've heard all about that. Experiment with aromatherapy, smells that are soothing, helps with sleep. Practice writing before bed, and I don't want to practice writing, but if you're also practicing joyful writing, things you're grateful for, putting yourself in a proper positive frame of mind helps with sleep. Limiting your caffeine well before sleep. Some say 4, 6, 8 hours caffeine takes to work its way through your system. So having a caffeine drop dead time during the day is a good idea. Positions, it was at one point in time thought sleeping on the back would be the best position. Most recent studies have shown side sleeping perhaps might induce deeper sleep. Reading a physical book, not an e-book, a physical book, may help with sleep. And visualizing things that make you happy. What during the day, were things that you experience some joy in. What is coming up during the week that you can practice thinking of that's going to be fun or will give you joy. Putting you in the proper frame of mind to get to sleep. Now here's a couple of mine that they're certainly not mine, but I think they're emphasized in terms of sleep. And one of them is going to be, just the concept of channeling your child. Many of us may not remember our routine when we were children, when we went to bed. I certainly don't, although I live beside a park, and I think of all those times I spent in that park getting fresh air day in and day out. During the day, it was summer, spring, winter, fall, I was always in that park, and I can't help but think of how that helped my sleep. So for that, thanks Mom and Dad for getting that house beside the park. But But many of us are parents in that we can remember how we are currently taking care of our children before they go to bed. That notion of a prescribed time of eating in that 5:30 to 6:30 range. There's some mild activity perhaps done after that, a bath, and then a story time, a routine. Now, as adults, have we mimicked that perhaps? And would mimicking that help in our sleep? So that whole channeling that childlike quality and how we approach sleep for ourselves, if we remember, or for our children, may help in sleep. And another point I really want to talk about is, it is spoken about comfort. I can't help, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it, but I can't help but think, how much time, effort, money do we spend on making our bedrooms our sanctuary, our temple? We're quick to get a wonderful car or a beautiful home or wonderful clothes, and makes us feel good. But what else? Like plants in our bedroom, the proper kind of plants, aromatherapy, darkness, the actual bed itself. Okay, let me challenge you. Let me at least ask the question. Let's say we spent $10,000 on our mattress, sheets, pillows, etc. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, $10,000, and I don't take that lightly. But when you look at the average lifespan of products like a mattress, the minimum being 5 years, you spend $10,000 on a proper bedding. What else in our existence is that close to our body for that amount of time? There's nothing else. There's nothing else. And with sleep affecting 30%, or 1 of every 3 Canadians, how can we cut corners here? So the whole notion of, spending money, if you have it, on your sanctuary, $10,000 over a 5-year period of time is $5.50 a day. That's a latte. Let's talk in Starbucks terms. That's a latte a day. And if you're sleeping with a partner, it's not a latte anymore. Both of you are sharing in those great results. That's not just a grande. That's a grande pike for me, actually. So it's very minimum cost when you start amortizing it over the course of the life of great bedding and what it means to us. Okay, so I'll get off my soapbox on those last 2 items. If you want to perhaps explore a couple of folks that I've come across in my sleep journey, Dr. Andrew Huberman, someone good to look up. That's Huberman, 1 N at the end, and Huberman, and Dr. Bernie Siegel, Siegal, a couple of great resources on sleep. Folks, that's the external layer of rest, heavily concentrated on sleep, and I look forward to the next video in 10 days or so. And TMG, be well and spread the wellness too. Bye for now.